Hey guys, how's it going? Now, one of the most common questions that I get asked around here is that, bro, what photo editing software do you use to edit your photos, make adjustments to them, or even make these amazing thumbnails for our YouTube channel? Well, of course, my honest answer is Adobe Photoshop. And upon hearing that response, everyone gets a little sad because, let's be honest, Adobe is a paid software, which of course leads to them asking if there are any good free alternatives to Adobe Photoshop. Well, the good news is that there are, and that's what this video is all about. Now, whether you want to do lightweight editing or full-fledged digital image artwork, this list of free Photoshop alternatives should easily suffice for you. So without wasting any time, this is Juan from Guiding Tech, and let's get started. Alright, so the way I'll be talking about in this video is that initially I'll first talk about apps that are best suited for making basic adjustments to your photos, and then eventually we'll talk about having advanced features that basically compete with Photoshop or basically offer Photoshop-like features for free. So starting this list, we have Microsoft Photos. And I know what you're thinking that, bro, Photos is a photo viewing app, it's not an editor. But that's where you're wrong. The new update to Microsoft Photos adds a lot of basic yet essential editing features that allow you to easily make adjustments to your images, such as playing with exposure and highlights, or cropping and adjusting the frame, or even annotating stuff. Now I know it's still quite basic, but if your use case is just these quick edits, then this is a great option for you since you don't even have to download any third-party app. Now one thing you might have noticed is that the default Microsoft Photos app does not support RAW photos, and if you're someone who wants to edit or play around with RAW photos, then you should definitely check out RAW Therapy. Think of it as a middle ground between Photoshop and Lightroom, but for free. Now RAW Therapy is an open source photo editing program that's great for beginners. With just a few clicks, you can instantly sort photos, improve exposure, adjust the color and white balance, increase clarity, and so much more. What's more is that you can also download extensions based on your needs. Now, like I was saying, if color grading is your need, but for some reason you do not like RAW Therapy, you can still check out Darktable. Darktable is also another open source image editor that offers the ability to process RAW files along with non-destructive editing and advanced color management. Now the interface here is pretty similar to Adobe Lightroom, and the best part here is that the app is available for all platforms, which is Mac, Windows, and even Linux. Darktable also allows for exporting in a wide variety of file formats from low resolution JPEGs to even 16-bit TIFF and high dynamic range EXR images. You also have over 60 image operation modules for adjusting image color, tone, balance, sharpness, contrast, and even adding artistic effects. Alright, now since we're on the topic of Photoshop alternatives, why not give the lightweight version of Photoshop a try? Yep, you guessed it right. I'm talking about Photoshop Express. All you have to do is just head over to the Microsoft Store and download Adobe Photoshop Express. Now you can use it to fine-tune your images and edit them easily. Well, with support for RAW images and so much more, Photoshop Express brings pretty much the most used tools from both Photoshop and Lightroom for free. Now the best part here is that even a lot of professional photographers seriously recommend using this instead of the paid version of Photoshop if just basic editing is your need. So it's definitely worth a shot. Now if you're looking for a photo editor that of course offers all of these adjustment features but also has more effects and filters, you should definitely give Photoscape X a try. Photoscape X comes with your basic editing features and then some. Now my favorite part about this software is how it makes batch editing super seamless. You also get a huge library of over 1,000 filters, effects, frames, and handy editing tools, which basically has you covered when it comes to beautifying the images or transforming the entire look of photos quite instantly. Alright, now let's slowly make our way to a little bit more advanced photo editors. Now, like I said, I primarily use Photoshop, but that's because my company pays for the license for it. Realistically speaking, where I started and where my roots of photo editing come from are from Paint.net. Paint.net offers a tab interface allowing you to work with multiple projects at once and offers pretty much all the tools available in Photoshop. Now the interface is still a little bit outdated when compared to modern programs. It's still super easy to use. What's more is that you can even install additional packs to enhance its feature set. Now the only downside here is that it does not support PSDs, but if you can let go of it, Paint.net is my go-to recommendation for a feature-packed photo editor for free. And if you're looking for a photo editor with even more advanced photo editing tools and an even bigger community behind it, there's hardly an app that can even compete with GIMP. GIMP offers tons of advanced editing options along with custom brushes and patterns, all for free. In fact, it is open source and has a wide community behind it as well. So you can get access to a huge collection of plugins to expand your creativity. Now, I will admit that GIMP has a steep learning curve to it, which is why it's not that welcoming to beginners. But once you give enough time to it, there's a bigger chance that you won't even need Photoshop because of just how powerful GIMP is. Now, adding on to this list of advanced photo editors, if you're looking for a free Photoshop alternative, you should definitely check out Photos Pose Pro. Photo Pose Pro is an advanced piece of editing equipment designed for people who basically can't afford Photoshop. You get tons of features similar to Photoshop, such as layers and layer masks, as well as healing and clone brushes. There are even options for scripts as well as match editing to save you time with your editing. What's more is that Photo Pose Pro also comes with plugins to enhance your editing experience. Alright, now if you're a digital artist, I know a lot of folks will tell you to go for Photoshop or even Corel Draw for that matter. But if you're looking for a free alternative to both of them, you should definitely check out this next app that I'm talking about. It's called Krita and the interface here is, well, pretty similar to Photoshop. You even get support for PhDs along with a more advanced layer system. That being said, there's a unique pop-up color palette here and a massive collection of brushes. What's more is that you can even download and import brush and texture packs from other artists to expand your toolset. From an illustrator to a comic creator to, well, basically everyone who makes art digitally, Krita is an excellent tool that could pretty easily replace Photoshop or Corel Draw for free. Last but definitely not the least, if you're looking for Photoshop alternatives, why not just use Photoshop for free on the web? No, I'm not kidding. I'm talking about Photopea, which is literally Photoshop on your web browser. All you have to do is open photopea.com and that's it. You get this interface which is pretty much the same as Photoshop. You have all your tools on the left side and the layers on the right side. You can even load PSD files into this and also play around with raw images. If you just want to edit some Photoshop files out on the go, this is super easy to use, especially for the fact that you don't have to download anything at all and can run on pretty much any PC hardware out there. And well, that was it. As always, you can find the download links to all of the apps that I talked about down in the description box. Also, if you found this video helpful, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more awesome tech content. Till then, this is Ram from Guiding Tech, and I'll see you in the next one.